In the main video, I mentioned how awkward and time-consuming pre-match methods of starting a fire were, so I thought I would take a quick look at a few of those methods. Let's go back about 1,000,000 years to, by far, the most basic method, starting a fire with sticks. You take a stick, spin it rapidly, grinding it into a wooden base. The friction of this results in heat, which generates hot wood fibres, which can be used to ignite suitable tinder. Now, I've described this method as simple, and it is, but simple does not equal easy, not by a long way. Starting a fire with this method requires patience, skill, and a fair amount of fitness. There are rudimentary tools you can use to make life a little easier, such as a bow drill. These give you some mechanical advantage, so it requires a little less effort, but let's be clear, it still sucks. Moving on to something a little easier. Fire steels. There are a few versions of these, but they all work in a similar manner. A piece of hardened steel is struck by a sharp-edged, hard object, such as a piece of flint. Tiny fragments of the steel are shaved off, which oxidize. These fragments are the sparks that we see, and they can be used to ignite suitable tinder. Modern versions, such as this one, use ferrocerium, an alloy that produces both more and hotter sparks. Ferrocerium is also what sparks in wheel lighters. Burning glasses or burning lenses were another, less common method of ignition. A burning lens is a large convex lens that concentrates the sun's rays onto a small point. This concentration of light can cause ignition of flammable objects. Burning glasses have been around for a long time. There are references in Greek and Roman literature to their use. I'm just using a plain old magnifying glass here, which employs the same basic idea. Of course, it's entirely ineffective if there's no sun, and historical glassworking techniques were not as refined as they are nowadays, so these were both expensive and not all that practical for the majority of people. Fire pistons are rather interesting. They utilise rapid compression of air to ignite a piece of tinder. There are various designs, from ones made from animal horns to ones made from modern materials, but they all share the basic mechanism. A hollow cylinder is mated to a piston with an airtight seal. As that piston is pushed into the cylinder rapidly, the air is compressed and heats up enough to ignite a small piece of tinder. This is then quickly removed and used to ignite a larger amount of tinder. Safety matches are not the only kind of modern matches. Whilst Europe has embraced the safety match, other parts of the world, notably the United States, still make extensive use of strike anywhere matches. These include all the ingredients in the head of the match, and a different, but still non-toxic phosphorus component. This allows them to be ignited via friction from any abrasive surface. These strike anywhere matches are more prone to accidental ignition, but are perhaps a little more convenient. Now, there are countless other methods, and variations of those methods, but I found these ones the most interesting. If you liked the video, perhaps consider subscribing.